Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido is a match 3 style puzzler that combines 2 of my favourite things, gaming and food.
Set in a world without fish, sushi is seen as both a weapon and a beacon of hope in the aftermath of the bitter sushi struggles.
After the Republic's defeat, the Empire strictly forbade all talk of sushi. To eat sushi was an even greater crime.
You play as a young orphan called Musashi, who lost their parents during the war and now looks after the starving children of the orphanage. While out foraging for food, they meet a mysterious stranger called Franklin, who introduces them to the delicious delicacy that is sushi. It then becomes Musashi's mission to aid the Sushi Liberation Front, or SLF, in overthrowing the tyrannical empire and bringing the joy of sushi to the world.
It's all pretty ridiculous, isn't it? But in a fun, wacky way that I really enjoyed. The story is told through standard static cutscenes and some seriously cool, fully voiced animations that look like they're straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, there's so much colour and life on display here as you battle it out over conveyor belts of raw seafood. There are 7 lines on the sushi train. 3 for you, 3 for your opponent, and a shared line in the centre. To win, you must link up as many plates of the same colour as you can within 7 seconds. And once you've built up your stack, hurl them at your opponent until only one of you remains to clean up the mess. Remind me never to have Musashi over for dinner.
Yeah, no kidding. But you do have a few cool moves to show off. Aside from being the world's worst dinner guest, Musashi can also unlock a range of game-changing abilities thanks to your sushi sprites. These are Pokemon-like creatures with special skills you can collect and add to your team. Some have offensive abilities like delivering powerful electric shocks, while others can help keep you afloat in a tough battle by dropping HP-boosting snacks.
But you're not the only one with a trick up your sleeve. Your opponents have sprites too. This means you're not only worrying about charging your own abilities, but keeping an eye on the enemies, while also trying not to get lost in the chaos of a runaway sushi train. There's just so much to think about.
It's all incredibly fast-paced, isn't it? And it only gets crazier as you progress. You'll also be introduced to different gears that control the speed of the train, capsules you can unlock to grant you bonuses, and the ability to select a favourite type of sushi that you can gobble up to gain an attack buff or health boost. I liked how much freedom I was given to just go crazy and lose myself in this sushi silliness.
It can be a bit overwhelming at times though. It took me quite a while to get into the swing of things. Probably more time than some spawnlings will want to give it. Things also started to get quite tedious after a while because when it comes down to it, you're just playing the same puzzle over and over again, broken up by a few cutscenes. That being said, watching the counter tick up as I danced across the sushi train always felt so satisfying, so I can totally see the appeal.
I think it fires off that same part of the brain that enjoys mobile games like Bubble Shooter and Candy Crush. But on a handheld console like a 3DS or a Switch, that same sort of movement doesn't carry over flawlessly. I found when using the touchscreen, my finger or stylus would sometimes obscure too much of the screen to see what I was actually doing. Then using the control stick got rid of that problem, but it also felt clunky and hard to control, which took away from that fast-paced, think-on-your-feet gameplay I otherwise really enjoyed.
Yeah, I had the same issue, and more often than not was kind of just tapping wildly around the screen, hoping I'd bump into something useful.
Don't forget though, practice makes perfect. Not for me, of course. Obviously I'm already perfect. But for spawnlings wanting to hone their skills, both versions of Sushi Striker have an unlockable multiplayer mode. Oh, anyone fancy a game?
I didn't know you were a sushi fan, Darren.
While I cannot physically consume such a delicacy, these digital morsels are the next best thing.
Well, you can count me in. We should wrap this up, Jim. Final thoughts?
I said to the rap sushi because you rap. Never mind. While I enjoyed the art style and the kookiness of it all, I personally couldn't get into the repetitive puzzles, which make up about 90% of the game. So I'm giving it 2 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I have to disagree. I had a really good time with Sushi Striker. It's fast, it's action-packed, and it's always changing things up to keep you on your toes. Despite those dodgy controls at times, I'd gladly jump in for more here. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens. Although I'd be an absolute mess at a real sushi restaurant.
Oh, it's just everywhere. It's in my hair, it's in my clothes, it's just...
Smells like fish.